Tired of the same old breakfast? We got you. Because here, we believe breakfast should be fun. Spacey's all-day breakfast menu. Food so good, it's out of this world.
So you guys hop in a Jeep. The security forces that guard the researchers at Terhalu Point drive you about 10 miles out to the edge of the forest. It's the furthest that they're willing to go outside the outpost. It's the safest point outside the outpost. But at one point they do just stop because not only is it unsafe, there is strict guidelines about how much vehicular activity can go on in the wilderness, which is also why you can't fly over top of it. At that point, they don't kick you out, but you get out of the truck and you're standing in front of a gigantic grassland. Oh, very important. Every time that you guys make a survival check to find your way, either through orienteering or following tracks, you guys get a +2 to every roll because you have all of the notes of Hakuim Zan that have been annotated by Albion 21-2.
That will help.
Right, because we learn off of it. Okay.
Exactly. So you guys are you have this whole map planned out, but it's still difficult to follow it. So
I hope nobody finds out that I'm reading Hakuim's notes, or I'm gonna get canceled.
the notes. I mean, the notes are fine. The notes are not very academic, but they're more about how to get to where he was.
So he added like the really aggressive shit while he was writing it, not in his notes. I need to spice this up with some worse language.
So probably, yeah, because when he got captured, all of his notes had all the information in it. So he had to make it sensational. He had to apply his marketing skill to it. And it was like, oh, look at these uncivilized pieces of shit in their pyramids while we sit on our couches and are very nice people. And that's what he did.
They don't even have Nick at Night. What are they thinking?
So you guys are going to travel for 12 hours a day. That's the amount of time you guys are going to be able to spend traveling. And then the other 12 hours is going to be resting, eating, and sleeping. But during all 12 of those hours, it is going to be hot.
Are we going to have to sleep in shifts?
I'm going to say no. Okay. I'm going to say no. Oh, you also got... he also gave you tents. There were tents. They don't weigh anything. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. They're tents. Yeah, space tent doesn't weigh anything. Yeah, it's fine. It can't weigh anything because you have to put it on the rocket ship to get the space, and that would cost more fuel, so they had to make it not weigh anything.
Sense to me. There's a higher class called Mobile Hotelier tent.
Yeah, why are we not glamping?
Yeah, that's really what this is. It's
So, each...
oh, shit, it works as armor. Beggars can't be choosers. I'll take the mass-produced tent.
Yeah, you get a mass-produced tent.
There's a glamping that we can find eventually. So.
So you guys are now at this is the beginning of your trek. You guys are going to have to decide how you are going to want to make your way through. Let me read something real quick. How much time it takes you to get there is important, so I have to keep track of it because of how much power you're using, as well as what is happening with the other group of people that you are following. I'm just going to tell you that above the table up top.
Okay.
So we're going to go. What's that?
What is orienteering? Like, what is
orienteering? Is basically looking at a map and looking at the sun and determining which way you're supposed to be going. That's what orienteering is. Yeah, it sucks. That's why it's a higher check. Yeah. So here's how we're gonna do it. You all can make one survival check a day. You can choose whether or not you're going to use orienteering, which is a DC of 18, or you can track the previous group, which is a DC of 12. Orienteering will give you a better sense of direction and will give you one full day of travel, which is 12 miles. Tracking will give you a general sense of direction because they're a large group that might not be following the exact best route, which will give you 3/4 of a day of travel or 9 miles. Cap has it right. Orienteering is using maps, compass, and star location to triangulate location. It's what I said, but way more. It's a whole thing. Additionally, if you all fail, you will only make half a day's travel. Those are the rules.
Great.
So,
Cool.
it is day one. We're just going to say that you guys headed out first thing in the morning. If you're not rested up, you can have all of your health points and stamina points, spell slots, and fill your hero points up. Not hero points, resolve points up. Yeah.
My hero clicks are full.
That said, I'm going to give myself 5 hero points.
In addition to your resolve points?
Yes. I'm just going to they're on my sheet now. You cannot take them away.
All right. I mean, yeah, but you have to ask me to use them, so it's always going to be no.
I'll let you know when I want to use a hero point. I promise.
And I will let you know that you cannot. Okay. So we're all on the same page. So, this is like one of the big issues immediately. Zib only has 12 hours of environmental protection. You guys are going to walk for 12 hours. Zib, how much of your environmental protection do you want to use today?
I don't know, like 4 hours?
Okay.
Like I want to be able to space it out a lot, I guess.
Okay. So we can say that you go back and forth. You have it on for a little bit, then you walk for like 2 hours with it off, and then you turn it back on. And it's basically, it's air conditioning, but it is contained in your suit entirely. So I need you to make several checks. So what we'll do is we'll do the environment check, and then we'll do the survival tracking check. Does that sound good?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Zib, you're going to go first. Since you walked for 12 hours, but you only used 4 hours of protection, you're going to have to roll for 8 hours of being in the hot.
Ooh.
Yes. So you need to make... Oh, man. Okay. You are going to have to make 8 survival checks. I'm sorry, you're going to have to make 8 fortitude throws. And every fortitude throw, the DC goes up by 1 for every one you do. So the last one, you're going to have to make them between 15 and 23.
Okay, my loudest Roblox oof.
Can I offer Zib aid? These types of survival checks?
It's a fortitude saving throw.
Oh,
I mean,
so
we can carry like big leaves
skill.
and like
it's like not like a skill check. Yeah.
every once in a while a little bit of water spritzed on the back of their neck. Like we got this.
So I'm gonna say no. You couldn't. Because you're so. Not only are you so close to being fully encumbered, you also have to walk for 12 hours in the heat. And it's not, it's not the heat that gets it; it's the humidity.
I've heard that.
So
That's
we're
fair.
gonna have to do it like this. So,
so just 8 fortitude checks.
please make 8 fortitude checks.
I love
Christ.
this.
Now remember,
Hey!
you can't die. You cannot die from
I
this.
can only be maimed.
You can only almost die. All right, so that's good. All right, that's a fail.
Think about how good everyone on Survivor
That's a
is.
fail.
This will be
Christ.
great.
15, 16, 17, 18, that's a fail.
Wait,
It goes up by 1 every time.
Ooh.
Started out hot, really shit the bed on the rest of the way down.
First hour, you're like, no, this is no problem. I got this. I got
5,
this.
6, 7, 8. Okay, that's
Ace.
fucked.
Yeah, that is fucked. So let's see. So for the first hour, Zip Beverage is like, I got this. I'm a fucking Starfinder.
The power
I'm
of positivity.
I'm a
We're
fucking
good.
hero. And then now you're gonna take 7d4.
Oh,
Wait, is it really consecutive fails if he turns it back? If they turn it back on in between getting too hot? Like he
No.
used it for 4 hours.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. You're absolutely right. So Zib, we're gonna scrap that whole thing,
Okay, cool.
and we're gonna do it differently. You are going
Couldn't
to
go
make.
worse.
You're gonna make. It depends on how you want to do it.
So like 4, and then start over the difficulty curve. Like,
So if you're gonna use it 4 times, I would do 2 and then 2 and then 2 and then 2. That's how I would do it.
okay, yeah.
So this is gonna be a 15 and a 16. So go twice. Beat it. Failed it. Okay. Okay, and do it again. 15 and 16.
Well,
Okay, do it again. 15 and 16.
I do be doing it just the same.
And do it again. 15 and 16. Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Marginally
It's
better.
easier.
Marginally better. But you do take 5d4 heat damage from
Okay.
traversing the wilderness today.
So should I roll that or you roll that?
I'll roll it.
Okay.
Oh wow! You take 7 non-lethal damage for the day's
That's-
travel.
Great. This is gonna be easy 10 days.
Bugs
you're
can't
just
sweat.
sucking it up.
Bugs
you're
can't
just- you're
sweat,
just, like,
but
trying to
Zib
suck
is
it up.
sweating.
Yeah.
I've developed.
Trying to act like it's not
weapons.
bothering you. Like,
Finally, a wet bug.
yeah.
Okay. So now everybody is going to decide how they want to do their traversal.
Oh, dude, I'm keeping my shit on. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do. I feel like Raj orienteering would be where his mind goes. Because he's like, well, like this is just like engineering or programming. Is that I can look at grass and look at where the stars are and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It should be similar to that. So I'm gonna make that survival check right now for.
Okay. It's
orienteering.
the DC is a 16.
That's fine.
You got
Oh baby.
Okay. We literally don't need to do any more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, your first day of travel, Zib takes 2d4 heat damage. Raj successfully orients themselves, and you guys get you get 12 miles closer to your destination.
Me setting up the tents for the night, just to really out of breath, being like, "See, Raj, it's the power of positive thinking."
I'm just like, I agree with you, and I'm just eating rations, like completely air
Yeah.
conditioned.
So
stabbed the ground.
Raj has 12 hours left, and Pax has 48.
Well, hey, can I start using my battery to recharge my thing since we've been walking around a whole lot?
You can. You get 6 charges per hour, and you walked for 12 hours.
Yeah. This battery only has like a cost of. I can only have 10 charges on this battery or something like that. I think. Let me double check.
So just before we go, I know I can keep mine on the entire time, but we have nowhere to recharge it once we're out there, right?
Sort of. There is nowhere out here to recharge it. However,
it's 20. I have 20 charges.
Raj is able to transfer charges from batteries and generators through the use of his cantrip.
I still think I'm gonna try and save some power, because even though Raj can recharge stuff, that's why waste it. If I only use 6 hours of the 12, I'll never take the negative, and I get a +4 to all of my rolls because Vesk.
Right. So why don't you go ahead and do that? So you're going to use 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in each one of these you make 6 of them, and each one is going to be a 15.
Okay. That is fortitude. It doesn't automatically add the 4, so we're just going to have to do it afterwards. So pass, fail, pass big time, pass. 2 nat 20s.
All right, so you take 1d4.
Yep.
Yeah, so Raj, you generated over the course of time, you generated 36 charges. I don't know if we're doing that right.
And then I used up
12 of them.
12 of them. So so my battery is like, it's gonna take like 2 days, I think, for me to like have a deficit on battery charge if we keep up the pace. So
Okay.
Can you refill Zip's suit every night?
that's up to Zib.
So wait, hold on. If you generate 36 and then you take 12 to put yours back, you're still at 24. So you could fill up everybody else's suit and
Oh, that's right. We would never have to take damage.
Yeah, I think the way that this is set up, that's why I don't think that we're doing the math on the on the personal generator, right? Because it would like remove the difficulty for this entirely.
Well, there you go.
That's what upgrades are for. So let me read backup generator.
Good planning.
Well, we could do it like this, where it's like we couldn't figure it out after the first day, and Zib was being Zib. And I was like,
Yeah,
wait a second.
Zib's cutting water weight.
Dude, I'm gonna say that because of your ability to transfer charges, because of the backup generator that you have installed, and the way that the environmental protections work, you guys are going to be able to get away from having any sort of fortitude checks while you're doing anything. Let me just read this thing real quick.
Let's let Zib take all that damage, though.
Oh, yeah. It's non-lethal, and they'll get it back when they sleep, but, you know.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of, like, hey, guys, I got a great idea. You mean the thing that me and Pax have been saying since we left?
What we should have done is put Zib in the Golem Forge plating. just this little bug in heavy armor they can't wear.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that a charge out of a battery is a charge in a suit because it doesn't really say any different.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, yeah, so that is a good combination. You still have to find your way through.
Oh yeah.
And you have to get your rations, but yeah, I'm gonna say that you guys are able to successfully sort of like do battery math to swap those charges.
To make those survival checks regardless, and that
Right.
can throw us.
So
if we fail a bunch of survival checks, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
Because
and if
our-
something
yeah.
something can also attack us and destroy some of our shit. Like things can go wrong.
Okay. So let's do the second day. Day 2. You guys wake up after sleeping in the mass-produced tents. It is starting to get really hot. You guys wake up right as the sun is starting to come up so that you can get your way on. You eat like your breakfast. What do you guys think the rations for breakfast are?
Probably just like protein bars.
It's a Rice Krispies treat and some just chocolate covered coffee beans. That's it.
That's actually sounds that's a wonderful breakfast. I love that. I would eat that every day.
Yeah.
Have you seen the ready-to-eat meals in Halo Infinite that are like scattered around?
Yep.
Those don't look too bad.
They look they look like they're not going to be the worst thing I've ever had. I've had an MRE. They're okay.
Yeah, I would eat a like chicken tikka masala flavored brown rectangle. Like
I'd eat that.
I'd eat it.
All right, everybody has to decide.
When a guy eats old food, he eats like old rations. That's a good.
No thanks.
You never saw that? The guy gets like so excited about it. He's like, yeah, I've had these 1918 rations with biscuits and gravy, and like it's still good. So,
No, it isn't.
More power to him.
I refuse to believe it. All right, let's make another survival check. You tell me how you're going to find your way through the wilderness, and I will tell you whether or not you do it. You can shoot for the orienteering, which takes a DC of 16, or you can try to follow the tracks on the ground from the last group of people that walk through here, which is a DC 10. Orienteering gets you farther.
Raj, you want to take another shot at it, or you want me to? I got a +3.
try orienteering, yeah.
Yeah, hit it up.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Raj turns and looks back the way we came.
Did I do this right? What it was is Raj slept with his feet towards where we needed to go, and in the middle of the night just tossed and turned way too much.
Raj has a +0, so Pax, if you want to try to,
I would love to give this a shot.
Yeah, do some orienteering.
Help.
No. So you wanted to orienteer though, right? That was what you wanted to do.
I was trying to orienteer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, no, you did not orienteer yourself. So Zib, you're seeing you're seeing your compatriots kind of try to follow this map and look at the sun and like, but like the wind is blowing in the jungle, and it's like you can't really tell where you are. So Zib, you can either shoot for a DC 16 survival to orienteer yourself and get 12 miles, or you can try to follow the tracks on the ground, which will get you 9 miles, but only takes a 10.
Yeah, we're gonna take the easy. We're gonna do follow the tracks. Is that also survival?
Yes.
Okay. Go for the little baby check. Fuck.
Nice. All right, you guys make it 9 miles. So it's a boring trek. You guys are walking through the wilderness, and you can't find your way through the use of your orienteering tools but you do see tracks on the ground from the Lashunta mercenaries and that group that came through. So you decide to follow those instead. After a whole day of swapping batteries and making sure you're going the right way, you have in total traversed 21 of the 110 miles that you need to go.
This sucks.
Yeah, and it sucks. Like, the whole thing sucks. It's not fun. It is garbage out here.
Well, let's keep going.
So there's hold on. I have to read this thing real quick. Okay, so you guys, throughout the day, you've been kind of seeing these patches of like really, really tall grass that have been kind of like growing in weird spots in the jungle. And at the end of the day, you decide that the last place you're gonna make camp is this sort of edge of the jungle where the jungle meets up against this gigantic grassland. The grass is huge. It is the stalks are between 3 to 8 feet tall. So as you make your way through here, it's going to make it particularly dangerous. But with the proper survival checks the next day, you should be okay. You bed down for the night. You eat your bedtime rations. It's a human cola and a protein cookie.
The classic.
The classic.
A wrestler's meal.
These rations brought to you by Spaceys.
Okay. Speaking of brought to you by Spaceys, overnight. Well, let's take a quick break, real quick. I gotta pee.
I gotta poopy.
Wait.
And then we're going to come back, and something is going to happen when you guys make your next bit of survival checks.
We're gonna fight a dinosaur.
No. All right, so I wasn't supposed to play that, but I did, and it doesn't matter because it slaps. All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen, we're back from break for probably a little bit more Dead Sundays. All right, so before you guys bedded down for the night, the last thing that you came across was sort of the end of the jungle and the start of this gigantic grassland. You wake up and you get your bearings about you. You recharge your suits. You make sure they all have enough energy to go through the day. How do you guys want to find your way through the wilderness today?
Me. After a very successful thing last time, I'm going to do the hard thing this time.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Do a big survival check here. No, oh man. This,
There's a +2 to it, though.
yeah, with +2, how am I looking?
Oof.
Sorry, I slipped into Appalachia for a second.
Does anybody else want to make a survival check?
I'm going to go for it. We'll just do it in reverse order. We're going to go Orion, whatever it is again.
That'll do it.
+2.
No, I the it's not +2. I just lowered the DC to 16.
Fair
but
enough.
that'll do it. You guys are going to be able to cover another 12 miles today. But while you guys are walking through the grasslands, you keep having to like move these giant stalks out of the way, and some of them aren't as big, and you get like a little bit of time to like look over top of them and then keep going. There's like fallen trees, there's boulders and things that you can't see until you're right on top of them, so you keep using them to stand above the top of the grass and figure out where you're going. Eventually you start to get to an area where the grass seems real thinned out, and no longer seems as high as you get closer and closer to these migrating shapes that you see on the horizon. And after about 6 miles of travel, you guys start to see ahead of you a very, very long line of walking dinosaurs. Yeah, it is like almost shot for shot. Yeah, exactly. It is almost shot for shot the scene of like the Brontosaurus herd. They're moving in herds. But what you are seeing are these things, which are similar, but not exactly the same.
A huge anteater.
It is an anteater with horns and tusks, and it looks like big
legs?
chunks of rock on its back.
Why
doesn't
to look up and see what that thing is?
Why doesn't everybody make a life science check?
That's not what I know how to do.
Oh, nice. I know exactly what that is. That's from the book.
Yes. Yes.
What the hell?
Yes.
I just realized that Shepard has a decent survival score, so he will be assisting you in the next couple times. But,
Aww.
The thing about the game is it's too easy.
dude, I fucking totally forgot that he was the character.
I love.
He's just like following you guys, and then suddenly he's like, "By the way, Starfinders, I could help you orient."
Crates of
As we're
Girl
taking
Scout
food.
cookies.
Yeah.
He's got
I
like
like-
armfuls of Girl Scout cookies. He's like, by the way, guys.
His
Like,
eyes, go gadget periscope eyes.
We've just opened his chest up and we're taking our rations out of it. He's like, while you're doing that, Starfinders.
So
I love that Pax got a crit fail and Zib got a crit success.
So Zib and Shepard both know that this thing is called a where is it? Where'd it go? I think it's called a yarok. It is a herbivore that is mostly docile and moves in these giant herds like this. And you can see that there are dinosaurs down that end, and there are dinosaurs down that end. It is a big fucking herd of these things.
So what does Pax think it is?
So what does Pax think it is?
Zib, you need to be careful right now. Those are Thrashodorathops. Thrashodorathops are carnivores that feed upon anyone with telepathic powers. They were used by the Mind Envoy to hunt all the young children who used their powers. So you need to turn off whatever you have going on, or the Thrashodorathop will get you.
Zib, you know that this is not true. They do not have any link to your telepathic capacities. However, they are extremely dangerous if they feel threatened in even the little bit of way.
Okay, Pax, I'll quiet my mind.
That is good. I'm glad you were able to do that.
So you guys have your path forward impeded by this line of dinosaurs. How are you going to get past them?
Blizzinga.
Huh, Linosaurus.
I'm gonna fucking jump jets over them.
We throw
I will say that your
in
life-
the opposite direction.
Your life science check will tell you that your jump jets over them will more than likely startle them in a horrific way.
Yeah.
You don't want to go.
sense.
You don't want to go down that road.
So they're directly blocking us. I
Yes,
guess?
they are directly in front of your path. Your options are to go forward or to try to find a way around them. If you find a way around them, you will basically waste so much time that you will not get your full day's worth of travel.
Can't go over them, can't go around them.
What's the thing that they're frightened of? Like, because Zib got a 21 on it. Like,
yeah.
Would we know what startles them?
I mean, it's a wild animal, so pretty much anything, really. I mean,
give me one second here.
As far as a different question, what about whether or not they charge the thing that frightened them or run away from it?
They would. They are extremely dangerous if the animals are threatened.
So they would charge it.
They would attack something that they feel is threatening them.
What about? Oh, I can only alter something a foot in diameter.
I've got a hollow grenade.
What if we were all very tiny versions of this?
I was actually thinking about using token spell to like make it seem like there was an impasse, so they had to go in another direction. Or do you think? Let me try this. I'm gonna use token spell to like make like a colored ball to see if it catches their attention.
Ooh.
What is it if
So
not a big
okay,
dog?
so hold on. Let's you guys aren't really up near them yet. You're probably I'll say you're 60 feet away.
Okay.
So use that information as well. You're not quite up on them yet because they're very big, quite large.
Yeah, because I can create small objects. I can illuminate.
If you created an object like a colored ball, it might catch their attention, but I'm not. What's your game plan there?
I just want to distract them to make them like move off into a different direction so we can pass through.
Okay, there is a lot of them in a line. You would not be able to distract all of them, and you might not even be able to distract one. It might not even care. Colored ball doesn't really mean anything to a dinosaur. But you could try that. It is also possible for you to just slip through them and walk calmly through them. That is also an option.
We have all of these rations. We don't need all of them. We could drop like a week's worth, see if we could get them to eat, and then try and sneak past.
I don't think
I want to use ghost sound.
Shepard and Zib, you know that they would not really be interested in those. They're herbivores. They want to eat plants.
Do they have like are they above the table, Zib and Shepard, or not above the table, but do they behave like pachyderms or anything like that? Like, because what if I use ghost sound to make the sound of like a calf of one of theirs behind them?
Oh, yes.
I don't know if that would distract like all of them, but maybe
It would
one
distract
for us to.
Yes. Ian, I know what you're saying, and the answer is yes. That would be, some of them would react in the way that you are hoping, that they would kind of turn around and sort of try to find the calf and protect it. That's what you mean, right?
That's what I figured. If we distract some of them for a little bit, that they fit out, that we can like easily. Walk through.
Yeah. That is a great plan.
Yeah, because it can produce as much noise as 20 normal humans. So, like, shouting or talking or...
Okay.
Sounds of something going on, yeah.
Let me describe more of where you guys are so you can figure out where you want to put this thing. You are about 60 feet away from this line of dinosaurs in a grassland field that is about half the height that it's supposed to be. These things have walked through it. They've eaten a lot of it. Some of it's trampled down. There's more trees in this area that are just sort of by themselves. It's a sparsely populated, tree-filled area. So while they are walking through and it is the grassland, it's kind of similar to the Sahara with some more tall trees. So there is a larger group of trees right past where they are, and they seem to be walking right along that tree line, which is similar to the tree line that you guys found in the beginning of the grassland. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We had a diagram.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, who's the red one?
The pink one. The pink circle is us.
Okay, and what's the green circle?
I fucked up drawing a tree.
I understand. Yeah, so this is a pretty good. This is Roll20. This is how you use Roll20. You draw a bunch of circles. You draw a bunch of circles, and you're like, "Those are trees." I use dude. I make so much shit in Roll20, and every time I'm like, "I'm so sorry that I made this." It's a swirly of a brush, and it's an ancient artifact. And then off to your right, you see just what looks like weirdly clamped down piles of or stalks of grass that just make the cool S, like a crop circle, if you can see it from above.
Yeah, we should waste an entire day's travel to crop circle and cool S.
So far you guys have traveled 6 miles. So that brings your total up to 27 out of 110. If you can successfully get past these guys, you'll be able to travel the other 6, no problem. If you want to walk around them, I was actually wrong in the first place. It just adds another day to you basically have to take a whole day to walk around these guys, and you don't get to make any checks to make it go faster.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the baby noise to see if that breaks them up.
Can you click the spell so I can read it?
Yeah. What? Hold on.
General chatter of distant conversation or the roar of an alien predator, but you can't make specific sounds such as intelligible speech or the exact hum of... Okay. So yeah, that's fine. I would... I don't know, like... So they're moving from left to right. That's not really that important. This is very important, obviously. So where do you want to put this baby sound?
The way they're coming from the direction
Okay.
they're coming from.
So what I would say is, like, there's no end to either side of this. So what I would say that you do is you place it like right here, so that the one next to it stops, the one behind it stops, and the one in front of it keeps going, and to create like a space for you guys to walk through.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a cantrip. So it has so a couple of them have to make a DC 15, and the save effect is disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
How long does this last? It lasts 3 rounds. So they're gonna make the check 3 times. as you guys walk through. Because you're 60 feet away. Okay. I have a stat block for them. Thank you, Paizo. They're like, you probably won't need it, but if you need a stat block for them, I'm like, dude, you always fucking need it. Come on. Everybody wants to figure out how to kiss a fucking whatever creature you put out there. So they all need fucking. All right. So I'm gonna say that there are 3 of them that you're trying to distract. They're all going to get a bonus. They get a +7 will. Ooh. You cast the spell. And all but one of them ignore it.
Okay.
And I will say it is the last one. So you guys start to move forward, but you can't move through the line the way that you would like to because there are still these creatures in your way. So you're going to have to wait another 6 seconds for them to pass so that you can calmly walk through them. And in which case, the one in the back, which is stopping, is going to make another will save. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so it passes. There is now a small gap, a very small gap, that you could calmly walk through these creatures.
Now or never. Let's go.
Go.
How do you walk through? Do you run through? How do you do it?
Briskly.
You briskly. Okay.
Yeah.
The one to the left, the one to the left, and the one to the right are both going to make a check to decide if they get scared. How about?
Stealth.
Everybody make a stealth check, and the DC is 7.
Okay.
Oh, this armor's not good for this.
Me holding all of these rations is not good for this.
Ugh.
I'm not gonna make it. As a heads up.
If you drop the rations, will if you drop the rations, will you make
it? It's time, Zib.
I'm gonna drop a ration.
Yeah, cut the cord and make the drop and try and do it.
Sorry, it takes me 9 hours to get that to happen. Well, that didn't help.
Just made it.
You just made it. It was 7.
Oh, shit.
Maybe that's what it is because you dropped the one ration.
It's just throw a protein bar out of my back pocket.
Beautiful.
The rapper was making a lot of noise. You're like, no, I can't carry these sun chips across. This is a bad plan.
So this is what happens. And this is going to be the scene that we're going to end on today. Raj casts this illusionary sound of a baby calf. He listens to an audio recording that Shepard has in his databanks from his life science training, and recreates it with this illusion. He tries to trap 3 of them in the spot, but only one of them stops long enough to make any sort of difference. It stops and starts to look for a baby calf, but doesn't find it. The 2 in front of it keep moving, and as you guys are trying to walk up into this small area that has been created that you guys could walk through, you see the one to your left stomp its back feet because it knows that you're there. But you haven't walked close enough to it to threaten it, as well as the one to your right. It's letting you walk past, but it's also watching you with an intent gaze, because it already is on high alert because it has it's heard the cry of one of its babies, so it's all juiced up. As you are walking through, you realize that they are going to allow you to pass, and you start to make your way into the tree line. And then you hear a gunshot. Everybody make a perception check.
Good.
Some
Oh, chance.
motherfucker. I don't even hear it.
You all hear it.
I'm perceptive as fuck, boy.
You are perceptive as fuck.
The dinosaur is holding a revolver at Zip's face.
Zip points all 4 arms at it.
Just wearing a trench coat and a fedora.
And Shepard is going to make the check as well. Zib, you you hear a couple hundred feet away, to the right and back into the forest. That's where you determine that this gunshot has come from. And as you guys are entering the forest, you turn and see that the one that was waiting for you, the one that had stopped to check on the baby, has been shot in the side, and all of the Yarriks turn around.
Oh no.
Immediately, the ones on the outer edges scatter and break from the herd as the 2 that let you pass cut the difference and stand in front of the one that's been wounded, and then all 3 of them, along with a couple others, start charging towards you.
Let's go.
You guys, no, this is the last thing we're gonna do. So you guys are now just entering a more wooded area, and you're watching as what you tried so hard to sneak past, someone shoots one of the Yarriks and starts a stampede. And you guys are now, in our next session, going to have to dodge these charging beasts and not die at the same time.
Oh no.
So
That sounds.
It was nice knowing you, Raj.
So I'm good for next week.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, I'm in.
You guys are going to have a.
Maybe not. I'll let you know. We'll see.
Okay, so if we don't do if Fodder you can't make it, we will do something else. We will do some other sort of Starfinder activity. There are a couple other Starfinder one-shots on Roll20 that I'd like to run. So if you're not there, if you're not going to be here, just let me know, and we'll do something else. It'll be great. But if so, let me know. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today. Thank you for chatting and being our audience. Players, thank you for playing. Thank you for trying very hard to get past that thing, even though it was doomed from the start. You guys did a great job, especially figuring out that you don't actually need to worry about the environment at all, because you can just let you can let the juice flow. So thank you for watching. Thanks to Sirenscape for letting us use the sounds. Thanks for Roll20 for being a great program. Thanks for Paizo for running it. Thanks to OBS. Everybody, please go join the OBS project on Patreon. OBS is a free program that has carried the entirety of the live stream. Not the entirety, but of the live stream
A lot of it.
revolution, especially with Streamlabs OBS not being affiliated with OBS in any way, which I did not know. So OBS is a free program made by a small number of people, so I have signed up for their Patreon, which gives them a couple dollars a month, because without them, we literally would not be doing this show. So please do that, and always be cool, and be nice to yourself, and happy 2022, and tell your friends about the show, and try to convince your friends to play Starfinder, because it's a good time. And if they don't want to play, then don't come to their son's first birthday.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
He's not going to remember it anyway.
It's true.
So, guys,
is Streamlabs is Streamlabs OBS.
yes,
So
It's a different and inferior thing.
it's a Totally different thing. It is not affiliated with
which
OBS
one's
in any
that?
way.
Yeah, I gotta figure out which one I have attached to my Twitch account so I can unattach it. So, because I feel like that's like really shitty, not cool practices. So.
Yeah, they basically Streamlab a long time ago asked if they could use the OBS tag for their like GitHub upload, and then they turned it into a whole like paid subscription thing that just kind of everybody assumed because they had the same name that it was related to the OBS project, and it's not.
Well, I mean, it's related in the fact that they took the code for it.
Yeah, it is originally a fork.
That is shitty. Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm going to be done complaining. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. Players, thank you for playing. Everybody have a great week. Goodbye.
When you're coming from the black, you want a place that reminds you of home. You want traditional foods like our Eoxians cadaver digits, fresh fried every cycle, or tacos made the Spaffini way, flavored with real asteroid sauce. With quality finding up with a syndicate, but at prices any corporate collar can afford. So after you dock, head over to the eye. We're open all cycle, every cycle. Ready to treat you like family, hive mind, or brood clutch. Spacies, you're gonna like the food you eat from the restaurant that I own.
Hey, thanks for watching Dead Sundays. Do me a solid and tell every single person you know about Starfinder and Dead Sundays, and make sure you catch us live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern only on twitch.tv/LogarTheOgar. Thank you, OBS, for your service towards the streaming community. Please check out and donate to the OBS Project's Patreon. OBS is a free broadcasting software that I've been using for years and wouldn't want to use anything else. Thank you to Sirenscape, who allows us to use their dynamic sound generator to provide the background music and sound effects that you're hopefully enjoying right now. Sirenscape is a wonderful program with a ton of pre-crafted and IP-specific soundscapes available for a monthly subscription to make your tabletop games sound as epic as they play. Thank you to Roll20, a web-based tabletop RPG client allowing users around the world to play tabletop games together as if they were in the same room. Roll20 is a free-to-use service, but offers a low-cost monthly subscription option for extra tools that I use because I use Roll20 all the time. And thanks to Paizo for making Starfinder, for making Pathfinder, and for supporting the United Paizo workers.